live. So it's officially 6:00. So welcome to our first live for vendor registration for 2025 for Juneteenth. And so we wanted to have this video webinar because honestly, our colleagues were having them. So we have individuals and nonprofits and for-profit businesses that do the same thing in much bigger metropolitan cities like New York and Chicago.
Shout out to New York Juneteenth. Woo! I told you we were learning from you guys. We are so appreciative of every lesson that you have taught, including having webinars to educate individuals that have questions regarding the event. So with the welcome that we've already stated about our organization, if you would like to know more about our history, please go to the website that you see going along that little ticker and click on the About page, and you can learn more about the history of this organization, as well as our mission and some other foundation information that will give you a whole better insight than what we can cover in a mere few minutes. Since we're finished with the welcome, we're going to move on down to the next item on our list.
Okay. And it's casual for this one. So let's go over really quick. If you can answer the date and time for our event.
All right, the Juneteenth celebration for our organization, remember, we are the kickoff. That means we're the first weekend. Yes. We're the first weekend in June every year. Every year, we're the first weekend, that first Saturday. We kick it off. And this will be Saturday, June the 7th in downtown Dothan. That kicks off with the parade at 10 o'clock a.m. And then afterwards, we're inside the Dothan Civic Center for the Business Expo.
Yes. And so all the more reason we've done this literally for 5 years in a row. So it's nothing new. But I know that a question that we always get is why. So even though we don't really like that question, because we know the reason why, we do feel a responsibility.
But it is the favorite question.
Yes, it is the favorite question. And we feel a responsibility to answer that question. So we want to answer it for you tonight, why we choose to host and why the choice was intentional to host on the first Saturday of June.
All right. We kick off the Juneteenth celebration because part of our pillars for our organization is small businesses. That's businesses that are owned by minorities. Part of our rationale is so small businesses who are vendors at our organization can have multiple opportunities to be vendors at the other organizations. Remember, we got Pike County, Troy. We have Dale County, that is Ozark. We have Coffee County, Enterprise. We have Abbeville, Henry County, and our organization, Houston County. So there are multiple Juneteenth celebrations, and that's just here in Alabama. Jackson County has celebrations as well. And that's Jackson County, Florida.
And Albany.
Albany has celebrations. That's in Southwest Georgia. So we want to give vendors multiple opportunities to make that green dollar for the month of June. So instead of everybody crowding on one day out the month, having separate organizations crowding in on one day, we take the whole month. Yes. Dothan kicks it off, and I believe Ozark will have theirs on the day of, as well, I believe, as Henry County, which is Abbeville, and Coffee County, which is Enterprise. I believe they will have theirs the following Saturday. Then the third Saturday is Pike County. All month long, business vendors have an opportunity to
Yes.
register for different events and be a vendor at different events.
Yes.
And that is increasing your dollar. So that's part of the reason why we're the kickoff for the Juneteenth celebrations that take place in downtown Dothan.
Thank you so much. And that's what's important. So it's not just a celebration to us. One of our pillars is economic progress. And so in order to do that, we have to present as many ways for the public, for vendors, for businesses like you to make as much money and have as much buying power as possible during the month. And so that's if you're given freedom, part of the freedoms that we want you to enjoy is financial freedom.
That's right.
And in order for us to do that, it means capitalizing and sharing what is most important. And so rather than competing, which is something that, if we're going to be honest, sometimes our culture is very much so known for. Like we'll compete highly against one another for one small portion. When you if you have a bigger mindset, you'll understand that the whole month is at your disposal. It's Freedom Month.
Exactly.
And so why not want to have that economic progress? So we take pride in taking a step back and being like, you know what, hey, we're a bigger metropolitan city. We don't want to make other celebrations feel as though a lot of their people are being drawn to so many places at once. So we do our part and we do our due diligence. And yeah.
And that, let me chime in, piggyback to what you're saying. That helps the attendees as well.
Yes.
You don't want to bombard the spectators or attendees, your potential customers. You don't want them feeling pulled to go in one direction or another direction because everybody's hosting their event on the same day. Yes. We don't have to do that. Let's take the entire month and make Juneteenth all month long. And that makes it easier for families to visit you as a vendor. And that makes it easy for you as a vendor to be at multiple locations during the month of June. So that's the reason why we are the kickoff. And it works wonderful for the other cities that we go out and support as well. They support us on the kickoff day. We go to Enterprise, we go to Abbeville, Ozark, and as well as Pike County that we'll visit this year.
Yeah, so we're excited.
This is going to be our first year coming down going up, to Pike County and supporting their event. And we're so very excited about that. All right, so the next segment that we're going to cover is you as a vendor. Okay, the vendor fees, you already know, is $75 being inside. Woo! All-time low price.
Yes.
For our 5th year, it is $75. You still have an opportunity to secure your vending space with just $25.
Yes.
Go to the site, and it's going around on that little ticker, and click on being a vendor and register. You just simply pay that $25 and your spot is secured. And then you just simply pay your remaining $50 closer to the event date.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another thing that is new within the city of Dothan. If you're going to be a vendor at our event, and that is Saturday, June the 7th. If you're going to be a vendor at our event, and we sure hope you do, and you're from the city of Dothan, you should already have a business license.
Yes.
Business license, the ordinance changed. We have new ordinance. This is ordinance 2024-197. This, I believe it was 197 or 194. Anyway, it changed the requirement. We as the organization, we have a sponsor license. You as a vendor can fall under our license for just a $50 fee to pay for your business license. However, if you're already a business owner here in the city of Dothan, you already got a business license.
You're good.
You're good. You're absolutely fine. No need to pay anything extra on your end. However, if you want to be a vendor for this event and you do not live in the city of Dothan, you will be required to get that license. However, we've made it easy for you.
Yeah, we've made it super easy.
Don't you stress about getting the license.
Yeah.
Part of your fee for being a vendor, part of that $75 fee, our organization for this first year, we're going to absorb that. In other words, you pay the $75 or your $25 deposit and paying the other $50 later. Bottom line, pay your $75 as a out of city of Dothan vendor. We'll take care of the license for you.
Yeah.
So that is something we're doing for this first year. This is 2025 with this new ordinance, just to save you some headache as a vendor. We will take care of that business license for you. So you don't have to pay $75 with us and then turn around and pay another $50 to get a business license here in the city of Dothan. We are going to absorb that for you. And that's our way of saying we appreciate you. Some of you are coming back to us from Albany, Georgia, down in Jackson County, Florida. You're coming back to be a vendor. We're taking the stress away from you. Just simply pay your $75 fee. Or if you have a food truck, that is $100 fee. But just simply pay that fee and we will take care of the license for you. We just simply need you to register in enough time so we can get that information to the city of Dothan and get the licenses so everything is covered and we're following the ordinance to the letter.
Yeah, so you actually have until May 1st to register to be a vendor. We might extend that, but we would like to have our list of vendors already in. And to be honest, our vendor spaces are already being booked. And so we actually already have a running list. And so you're going to want to make sure that you definitely, if you plan on being with us, that you go ahead and reserve that space because the spaces are going. We actually invite nonprofits as well as for-profit businesses and some special entities as well that we invite to come and be a part. And they do pay their fee with the exception of nonprofits. Nonprofits are free. They're free every year. It's just no monetary solicitation is allowed at that particular booth. But those spaces are going. So, and because we want everyone on the inside, then they're actually going quicker than they have in previous years. So we definitely want you to go ahead and reserve your space. And we actually have some that are paid out in full. And we also have a couple that are doing payments. And we just track those, make sure that they get their receipt and the vendor information, and you're good to go. So if you really want to, if we're talking about economic progress and you really want to maximize, set aside $25 a paycheck if this is your side hustle for your business. And go ahead and just start making those payments. I'll be a vendor this year. So, and I've already actually secured my spot. And so I'll choose to participate because our vendor fees, we're a nonprofit organization, and these vendor fees help with our educational programs, our scholarship program for Miss Juneteenth, as well as the new plans for the Juneteenth African American Art Museum. And so all of these fees go to amazing places, and they're going to go right back out into the community. And so we appreciate your participation in that regard. And let's talk about I think the next thing that we really wanted to talk about was are some of the goals. So one of our goals, because the registration fees were already covered, so you know that it's a $25 to reserve. You also know that it's $75 for a vendor booth in general. So you can reserve it for $25, but it's $75, and food trucks are $100. And our goal is for everyone to be inside. One thing that normally presses vendors is what's the entrance fee for the public? And there is none. The public does not pay an entry fee. It's free. It's a free event. So that's guaranteed foot traffic.
Right.
A goal of ours, what we would like to see our vendors do to maximize that maximize that foot traffic, is to advertise.
And decorate.
Yes.
Leah. With regards to this year's theme, as you can see, we are unearthing the Alabama River region.
Yes.
This includes the historical information that we want to educate the public on regarding the human trafficking of West Africans for the purpose of slavery here in the United States. And that took place on many waterways, including here in the state of Alabama. Individuals were brought in through the Mobile Bay, and from there they traveled up the Alabama River to Montgomery, where multiple, and when I say multiple, y'all, you know we're talking about thousands upon thousands of individuals that were brought from West Africa for the purpose of slavery, and that would include the purpose of cultivating the land for different produce that includes cotton, that includes sugarcane, tobacco, rice, Sea Island cotton, which is totally different from cotton, sugarcane, and things of this nature. That is the purpose that individuals were brought to take the skills they already had when they were in West Africa and capitalize off those skills by having them as free labor. So that is a subject that we're diving in for 2025. Again, that is unearthing the river regions, and we're focusing here on Alabama for this year. And of course, you see the beautiful replica of a ship behind us. And we thank you all so very much as vendors to decorate your space, highlighting the theme of the year. You become partners with us in sharing the information to the public, not only regarding the theme, but educating the public on the history that impacts not only African Americans, but other cultural groups as well.
Yes, cultural groups like Indigenous Americans, as well as some divisions of Latin American groups. So were enslaved at the same time that African Americans were, which is a little known fact. But that's all the more reason why we have the programs that we have so that we can educate. So we definitely want to see your vendor booths decorated to show the multicultural river region tapestry as we unearth the river region this year. So definitely take time out to decorate your booths, bring your booths to light, especially if you're a nonprofit. We really want to see those booths decorated. And I think this year we probably can do an award for best decorated booth. So if you have your booth, we definitely want you to decorate it so we can find out who will win this year's most decorated contest. Another goal, and remember, to help with your advertising, when you register, you guys receive like a vendor information packet through our website, and that includes an official vendor badge. And so all you have to do is right click on that badge, download it, and share it to your social media. It's literally as simple as that. If you're accessing it from your phone, you just like hold over or put your thumb over the button and wait for the save icon to come out. You save it, and then you can just share it that way, and you're an official vendor for this year's Juneteenth Business Expo and Celebration.
And we'll share your logo as well.
Yes.
As a business owner, we'll share that on our social media platforms, advertising to the public that you will be a vendor at the Juneteenth Expo. So between our promotion and your promotion, as well as the promotions that we'll do on other platforms,
yes,
we are guaranteed to have an incredible crowd for you. And again, it's about small businesses. It is about those nonprofits. It is about you getting your information into the hands of the public at one location for $75 as a business owner. That is a wonderful.
It's unheard of. I'm sorry.
That's a wonderful opportunity for you. And we'll move on to the next question because we're going to wrap up our webinar. What is the next one?
That was actually all of our questions.
Yes, we did it. We
went through everything. We hope you enjoyed our
not too bad for our first webinar. Not too bad. We hope the board is pleased with what we're doing.
Yes, and so we'll be having more webinars. We'll probably have one more for vendors in a few weeks, and we'll also have a webinar for the parade as well. And so we thank you for participating in this webinar, and we hope that you have an amazing evening. Remember, utilize that. Oh, I was about to point at the screen, but I'm going to point down at the ticker.
Yeah.
So utilize that website that you see on the ticker. We love the ticker.
We love the ticker.
And go and register before those spaces run out. So once they are out, they are out. Because everything is inside, we can't really make any wiggle room.
And we only have so many spaces. So when they're booked and when they're done, that is it.
Yes.
When we say all vending spaces are sold, that is exactly what we'll mean. So get your space and get it this month. And that way you are set and ready to go for Saturday, June the 7th, 2025.
Yay!
Help us celebrate number 5, everybody. Have a great night, and thank you so much. Thank you, Madam President, for pulling all this together for us.
No worries. Thank you, Executive Director, for all of the amazing information, and we will see you guys next time.
Next time.
Bye.